Court is calling 2023 CR 2172 State of Texas versus Satare Portillo. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Robert Porter.
All right, let's set the scene. Sentencing day. But wait, the results of the UA, the urinalysis test, are missing? That's like showing up for a final exam with no Scantron. Stick around. Delays like this can really shape what happens. Next.
All right, so we're here for sentencing. We've been waiting for the results of a UA, and that result hasn't come in yet. Probation, do you have any idea when that will be ready?
That was done an off-site body, so if I would have thought that we would have completed by now, the results didn't go on the day. It wasn't submitted on the day that the court required, so it took a little while to get her in. So right now we're just waiting. It was submitted on the 21st, so I thought it would be in by yesterday, today, but it still says today.
Okay. All right, Ms. Portillo, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand. How many children do you have?
2,
What are their ages?
6, and 14.
Are you employed?
And
What do you do?
managed properties, apartments,
Okay. How long have you been doing that?
8 years.
And does anyone live with you other than your children, or do your children live with you?
Yes, they do.
All right, anyone else stay with you?
My aunt as well.
Notice how the judge is meticulously walking through the defendant's past drug use. Even marijuana, though often seen as minor, becomes a key part of a bigger behavioral pattern in court. What do you think? Should past use matter this much?
When is the last time you've used any type of substance
I haven't used any type of substance.
in your lifetime?
Well, no, it's been quite a while.
So my question is, when is the last time?
Probably about a year and a half ago.
And what drugs were you using a year and a half ago?
Marijuana.
That's all.
Yes.
Okay. This is what I'm going to want, probation. You need a pen? All right. It's going to be 8 years deferred adjudication, $2,000 fine, probated. I'm going to want her on the patch until further notice. All right. So 8 years, sorry about that. 8 years deferred adjudication, $2,000 fine, probated, a patch until further notice.
And here comes a laundry list of probation conditions. From parenting classes to no employment with minors. This is more than punishment. It's control. Judges try to craft rehabilitation, but is this balance working?
I'm going to want a TAP evaluation done and follow all TAP recommendations. And counsel, if TAP recommends inpatient treatment, you'll need to come back to court.
Yes, sir.
There should be 200 hours community service restitution. She's to complete parenting classes, and those hours will be waived once parenting classes are completed. And probation, you can decide which parenting classes you all think would be appropriate for her. Proof of employment. Y'all need to whisper proof of employment within 30 days. There should be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. I'm going to want field visits one time every 3 months, random. And that's until further notice. Who is Michael Portillo? That's your juvenile child, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Who is Maria Avalos?
My ex-mother-in-law.
There should be no contact with Maria Guadalupe Aveles. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Aviles.
Fabulous.
Avalos.
Could I say something though?
Sure.
Oh. Well, because in your mother-in-law, we do have a lot of contact with each other about it. So. We have to contact each other. Because I'm not supposed to have contact with my ex-husband.
Oh, for kid exchange?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to find somebody else.
Oh.
I'll talk to him about that.
All right, thank you. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
No, Your Honor.
Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No.
All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. And counsel, I believe I gave you a copy last time. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes. Sir.
All right, from here on out, everything that you do in your life, there are two questions you should ask yourself before doing them. Is this something that could result in me going to prison for life? If the answer is yes, don't do it. The other question you should ask yourself, is this something that may result in me going to prison for the rest of my life? If the answer is yes, don't do it. Do you understand?
I do understand.
I take no joy or pleasure in sending the people to prison. But if it's warranted, I will. And your attorney will tell you I've sent people to prison before. So you have children,
Yes.
you need to look out for them. All right, good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Versus Satara Portillo, could I have the parties announced for the record for the state
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
defense?
The attorney of record is Joanne De Hoyos. Joseph Statesman standing in. Ms. Portillo, will you give this court permission for me to do this in place of Ms. De Hoyos?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Portillo, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Satari B. Portillo who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 2172 for the offense of possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams on July 27, 2023 for a period of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violating condition number 35 on or about the 25th day of March 2024.
That's it. The court finds her in violation. What's important here is that the plea of true opens the door to a full conviction, possibly a life sentence. Always remember, pleading true isn't just about honesty, it's a legal trigger.
In Bexar County, Texas, defendant Satara P. who then and there failed to follow the TAP recommendations to include inpatient as directed by the court in violation of condition number 35.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Your Honor, state waives all the violations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
None.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition 35, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 35?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 35 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, it's to alter demand for state ISF, the substance abuse program, followed by aftercare with ISP, weekly UAs with zero tolerance.
All right, so what I can tell you all, if you want to reconsider things, you can, but I'm not following that agreement.
We could step away for a moment.
We're going to go back on the record in 2023 CR 2172, State of Texas versus Satara Portillo. Could I have parties announced for the record?
Daniel Escobar for the state.
Joseph Statesman continuing to fill in for Ms. De Hoyos.
All right. The defendant had entered a plea of true to violation of condition number 35. Do you wish to continue with your plea of true in violation of condition number 35?
Yes.
All right, the court will find violation of condition number 35 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes.
I discussed this with the COO, Ms. Abrams, and ADA Daniel. My client is asking to be continued. We had a recommendation that was a 3-way agreement. I understand the court didn't want to follow that. I had proposed something to Daniel. I'm hoping that you would consider this. But just some background a little bit first. Her prior MTR was disposed of February 27th, 2024, but she was booked February 3rd, 2024. So from February 3rd till today, according to the clerk, it's 137 days. So she's had the equivalent of a, not court ordered, but equivalent of a 4-month jail sanction. She will admit, well, she did admit that she refused to sign conditions for inpatient. She's willing to do not just ISF, she's willing to do SAT-F. She's willing to redo all her classes. She's been in jail for quite a long time. That's her own mistake. She admits that she didn't want to sign it. Maybe she was.
Boom. The judge isn't buying it. And did you catch that? This isn't her first probation violation. Courts often give chances, but burn too many and the system slams the door shut. Should second chances be limited?
Reluctant to, but she thought that she was supposed to get out, have court, and come back and do things, and she never left the jail. And out of frustration, she didn't sign the conditions.
No, I don't think she's a good candidate for probation. She was supposed to sign the conditions, the TAP recommended inpatient treatment, and she didn't do it. So I don't think she should be continuing on probation. She was given opportunity, and counsel, as you just stated, this is not her first motion to revoke. Her previous motion to revoke was on February 27th, as you stated, and there was a violation of condition number 1. And I ordered that there be a TAP evaluation in custody to follow those recommendations. And she decided that she didn't want to follow those recommendations. I don't see how there's anything that I can do anything for her. People don't get it. You're not supposed to, when the court orders you to do something, for example, to help you by following the recommendations of TAP. TAP recommended inpatient treatment. And I know sometimes people get to talking to people at the Bexar County Jail. And when I say people at the Bexar County Jail, I mean other inmates. And they give people advice, and people want to follow the advice of an inmate, not realizing that, guess what? That person is in custody. But I made an order, and we can't do this thing where I order somebody to follow the TAP recommendations, and the TAP says inpatient, and then somebody says, I'm not signing to go to inpatient. And then what ends up happening when reality hits that your range of punishment is 5 to 99 years or life, then people come before the court and they want to say, oh, you know what? I changed my mind. Now I will do inpatient treatment. So that's where we are.
And
I don't
Your
think
Honor,
she's a good candidate.
she's also willing to take a felony conviction, change it from deferred to straight probation. She's willing to do the harsher inpatient treatment program with 0 tolerance. It was a poor decision for her to not sign that. 4 months she's been in here. She's willing to sign this, willing to do this, and even add to these conditions.
I just don't think she's a good candidate. If somebody wants to argue to me why she would be a good candidate for probation, when this is her second motion to revoke, and I ordered her to follow the recommendations of the TAP evaluation, and she didn't want to follow them. But now she does because, I don't know, I guess she thought a motion to revoke would not be filed against her.
Yeah, I didn't know that that's what would result.
Ah,
I
so
thought
these are called consequences.
Well, Your Honor, also the charge itself, people who are affected with these substances may not make the best decisions in life.
And there it is. 5 years behind bars with time served. The initial leniency of probation is gone. This is how fast things can escalate when court-ordered programs are ignored. One wrong move, and the sentence hits hard.
To prevent her from reoffending in the future, relapsing, and she's willing to do even more intensive inpatient.
But she's charged with possession with intent to deliver, and I understand that sometimes when people have possession with intent to deliver cases, sometimes they're selling because they're also using. But the amount of methamphetamine she had was 27.980 grams. I don't think probation is appropriate for her. I'm not going to continue on probation. I'm going to revoke her and find her guilty. Does anybody wish to speak to punishment?
Defense would ask for the minimum time. Your Honor.